Today I'm going to show you how to make your very own vault canteen. This is what my first YouTube video is going to be, all based around a water bottle. For this build you'll need a water bottle, paint, paintbrush, painter's tape, blank paper, box cutter, and a laptop. Start with a sandpaper. Right, I forgot to mention the sandpaper. Just use this to clean up the bottle. Well, basically so the paint will stick. I also know the bottle doesn't look like the one in the video game, but this was one that just looked a lot like a canteen to me, so I decided I'm just going to use this, because it looks pretty close to the bottle. Or at least pretty close to a canteen anyway. Yeah! So yeah, just like I said, just keep sanding this down. Not just so it's roughed and scuffed up. Yeah, see? And you can't see it. Maybe I'll take this shot out. Nah, I think I'll leave it in. I don't know. Maybe just to see how bad my camera is. Or you can see how bad my camera is. One of the two. Next, start painting. I already applied painter's tape and a layer already. That's really what you're supposed to do first. Just put the painter's tape on and get started on your coat, and then as you can see here, I'm getting started on my second coat. Yeah! Painting. Once the paint is dry, just look outside and see the paint drying squirrel. If he's there, then that's a pretty good sign that the paint is dry, and you can get started on your next coat. You can leave now. So yeah, like I said, just get started on your next coat, or next side. I didn't paint the one side just so that way I can leave the bottle on this one side. I don't have to worry about the paint getting messed up. Yeah. It just basically just think before you paint. Make a stencil using your laptop and pencil. This will not harm your computer in any way whatsoever. I've done this a lot of times. Just make sure to do it lightly, because I guess if you press too hard you're going to kill some pixels. Yeah. So just do it lightly. Trace the image that you're doing lightly. Oh, and use Windows Movie Maker and a special font file to pretty close to the bottle's logo to make it. It should come out in something like this. Yeah. Next, take the box cutter and get cutting. So after you're done tracing, you should probably draw the lines a bit thicker so it'll be a little easier to see when cutting, because otherwise it's just gonna turn into a mess. I guess I forgot to record that. Or my camera decided to say, nope, not gonna record that. Some days I just really hate my camera. And in the end, it should look something like this. See how nice and pristine that is? This is why box cutting is helpful. And, oh, and make sure it fits in. This is why I say this is why I'm saying trace it instead of print it off. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting ink. Yeah, saving money. And look for the paint drying squirrel to see if the paint is ready to be painted for its next coat. Yep, there he is. He's right there. He really wants inside. Again, you can leave now. Please go. Thank you. After that, you can take the painter's tape off and fix up any little little things like that. Yeah, see? Like that. So just fix it up with a little brush and whatever colored blue paint you're using. You don't have to use the same blue paint I was using, but god damn it, I knocked it over. You can use the whatever blue paint you want. I just went with whatever blue paint I had, basically. Next, apply the painter's tape on like so. This way you can paint the silver tape and get rid of any little mistakes you made. Oh yeah, so I decided to cut the painter's tape up into little chunks. That way I could just make it a little easier to keep it all straight. Next, take your silver acrylic paint and get painting. So this is, by the way, paint is expensive. It's a good thing they come in big tubes, because I guess then it's a little worth, but yeah, so just get painting. I taped the bottle to this glass bottle, just so that way it could all dry on its own, because I just wanted to get this done fast. Next, get to work on painting the cap. You don't have to sand it down, just go right in and start painting it with the silver acrylic paint. It's just do about 2 coats of this. If you already painted this, then congrats. You can just go ahead and skip to the next part. If you didn't, well, you just heard me talk about what you have to do next, so get painting. Next, when the bottle and cap are painted, go ahead and remove the painter's tape. If you can grab a hold of it, because apparently I can't. Come on. There we go. Alright. It should come out nice, crisp, and perfect. Just like this, because it's kind of what painter's tape is supposed to do. I mean, if it didn't do that, then I guess there wouldn't really be a point to it then. Again, just do those little touch-ups to make the bottle look pretty good. If you have any like rust kind of paint or something, then, or bronze silver paint is what I should say, then go right ahead and make it look a little rusted. But I don't have any of that, and money's a little tight with me, so I just put silver paint. Next, cover the cap in varnish. This will make it shiny. Do it. Next, apply the logo with painter's tape. And start painting it with yellow acrylic paint. I mean, not like you painted any other color, I'm just saying. So just keep painting in an upwards and sideways way. So paint up and then paint from the right. So if it doesn't make any sense, basically just paint it until it starts looking pretty good. I'll come back to you when I'm done. Yep, still painting. Christ, that took longer than it needed to be, but it's finally done. Ugh, I hated that yellow paint. Anyway, so I was gonna paint something on the back of it, but I ran out of yellow paint and I really didn't want to go through that again. I also coated the thing in varnish. I stuffed the thing with a bounce sheet so it would freshen up a bit, and then filled it up with water. And it kind of worked for a little bit. So yeah, it almost worked. So the reason why I went with 111 was to celebrate Fallout 4 coming out in just a couple of days. This project took to about 2 to 3 days, and from what I could guess, it probably would cost about all the supplies would cost about a good $25 maybe. That's just a rough estimate. So yeah.